Hello, everybody. Good chat. You're all having a super magical day. I am Emily, better known as Molly Musketeer, and we're here today to do a live stream quiz. This is my first time live streaming on my phone, so I have no idea how it's going to work. So I'm just having a look at YouTube now to see if the live stream is working, if everything's going to head tech-wise. I'm hoping so. The quality seems okay on my laptop, which is awesome. Because my Wi-Fi here at uni is a bit dodgy, I'm not gonna lie, so I do apologise if it does drop in and drop out kind of thing. But thank you so much to everybody that's coming. I'm assuming that you can hear me, so that is a plus. Again, I'm so sorry if my quality drops in and drops out. My service here is not great, so we're gonna work with what we've got kind of thing. So we today are doing a Halloween quiz, which is very exciting. These are my Club 33 ears. I don't know if you can see. Can you see? Maybe a little bit. But it's working. Awesome. That's the best news. I spent all day trying to figure out the Wi-Fi and all that jazz. So what I'll do is I'll wait 4 minutes until 8 so people have time to come to the quiz if they haven't already. But I'm super excited. Big shout out to Emda's Dears, who is my friend. On Instagram, she very kindly actually wrote these quiz questions for me because she was really bored last night. So she just offered to do it, which I thought was so sweet of her and actually saved me a lot of time. So for the Halloween quiz, there's going to be 5 questions for each category. So the categories are as follows. We've got Nightmare Before Christmas. Then we've got 5 questions about Nightmare Before Christmas, 5 questions about Hocus Pocus, 5 questions about Descendants, 5 questions about the Haunted Mansion, the movie and the ride, 5 questions about Disney villains, 5 quotes of who said it, and then 5 who sang that song. So it's going to be a super fun time. I can't wait. I'm so excited. If you haven't already, be sure to give this live stream a big thumbs up. I have no idea what it does, but I believe it does something. Oh, I need to make Rod a mod. All my mods disappeared. There we go. I'll make Lauren a mod too. But yeah, just give it a thumbs up, that kind of thing. We're going to start in 3 minutes, but I'm really excited. These questions should be really good. So the way that my live streams work, for those of you that haven't come before to one of my live stream quizzes, because there's definitely some new faces here, which we love to see. So what's going to happen is I'm going to say the question. I'm also going to put the question in the chat. So you'll need a piece of paper and a pen. We do not write the answers in the chat until I say so. So for example, say the first question is, so question 1, what is Emily's favourite colour? So everyone goes, what is Emily's favourite colour? So then you write down on a piece of paper and a pen, you write, oh, it's pink. And then we'll move on to the next question. We'll do the whole questions for that topic, and then we'll go back and do the answers. So we'll do 5 questions, write them down with a piece of paper and a pen, and then we'll go back and do the 5 answers for those questions, so that if people can't stay the whole time, they still find out what they got, kind of thing. So do not put your answers in the chat until I say so. I'm going to write that right now, and we're going to start in 90 seconds time. Do not put your answers in the chat until I say so. So I used to do these quizzes during the first lockdown. However, we are now in our second lockdown in England. So I was like, you know what? Let's bring this back. Let's bring this back. So I'm going to try and do them every Sunday at 8 o'clock. So I'm going to premiere my vlog for the week at 7 and then a live stream at 8. It's going to be really busy here on Sundays, but it's my least busy day. I really should have got a drink before I did this because my throat's going to be really sore, but we're going to make it work. So we've got 1 more minute till we begin, and we're going to start with the nightmare questions. Everybody wreck their brain for nightmare things. Got to have a think what characters are in the movie, what different things do you know about the makings of the movie, and you remember any key scenes, some key numbers, definitely might give you a little helping hand. But I'm just so excited. I'm buzzing to go. I just bloody love a good quiz. I absolutely love a good quiz. So 30 seconds time. Yeah, I know Halloween trivia on the 1st of November feels wrong. So I'm not gonna lie, before this live stream, I was listening to Christmas music. But we love to see it. So we're gonna start in 30 seconds. I'm so happy the Wi-Fi is working. It's been so hit and miss. So happy about that one. Okay, so 15 seconds. Should we count down together? Ready? 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let the quizzing commence. Okay, so first question is from The Nightmare Before Christmas. Remember, do not write your answers in the chat until we've done all 5 Nightmare Before Christmas questions. So make sure you're writing them down on a piece of paper or something like that. So question number 1. When making Christmas, what job is Sally given? So when making Christmas, what job is Sally given? Don't know if you remember, they're all stood in a line and everybody gets given a job, and Jack gives Jack gives Sally a job. What job does Jack give Sally? Give you some time to think. Okay, second question. When Lock, Shock, and Barrel are tasked with bringing back Santa, who did they bring back first by mistake? So Jack, again, when giving everybody tasks, Jack gives Lock, Shock, and Barrel a task to go and get Santa, but they accidentally brought back somebody else instead. Can you remember who they brought back instead? Okay, next up, question 3. This one's really tricky. So I've got like a variety of tricky questions. Okay. How many different heads did the model of Jack have to film in stop motion? So for those of you that don't know, Nightmare Before Christmas was filmed in stop motion. So that means they had to change the heads of Jack Skellington every time they wanted him to have a different facial expression. So how many different heads did the model of Jack have to film in stop motion? Okay, number 4. I'm literally losing my voice already and I've only been talking for 5 minutes. That's excellent. Okay, number 4. So now that Jack is dead, he can take off his head to do what? What does Jack Skellington take off his head to do? And then our final question in the Nightmare Before Christmas section before we'll go over the answers. So don't put the answers in the chat just yet. What is the name of the evil scientist? So as well as saying these answers, as well as saying these questions, the questions are in the live chat, but I'll read them again just in case. So number 1, when making Christmas, what job is Sally given? Number 2, when Lock, Shock, and Barrel are tasked with bringing back Santa, who did they bring back first by mistake? Number 3, how many different heads did the model of Jack have to film in stop motion? Number 4, now that he's dead, Jack can take off his head to do what? And number 5, what is the name of the evil scientist? Okay, so now is the fun part. So what you're going to do is I'm going to read out the question and then you pop your answer into the chat. So question number 1. When making Christmas, what job is Sally given? Can anybody remember? I need like a little countdown noise, like a do 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 do. And when I see the correct answer, I will confirm it. We'll move on to the next one. So when making Christmas, what job is Sally given? Alyssa feels like she needs to rewatch Nightmare Before Christmas. Well done, Hallie. It is in fact Sally has to make Jack's Santa outfit. Well done, guys. Okay, awesome. Moving on to number 2. Okay, so remember you can pop your answers in the chat. When Lock, Shock, and Barrel are tasked with bringing back Santa, who do they bring back first by mistake? So before bringing back Father Christmas, who did Lock, Shock, and Barrel bring back first? Let's see if anybody knows. These are quite tricky questions. I feel like I only know the answer because I watched the film yesterday, so it's like straight in my mind. Well done, everybody. It is in fact the Easter Bunny. Good job. Okay, number 3. How many different heads did the model of Jack Skellington have to film in stop motion? It's quite a tricky one. I definitely think closest, if you're within like 100 under or 100 above of this answer, I'll give it to you because this is a really, really tricky one. I haven't checked these answers, by the way. I'm just trusting Emily. Okay, we've got a big variety. So if you have got between 200 to 500, you can give it a tick. But it is 400 heads. So anywhere between 300 and 500, you can give yourself a tick. So yeah, 400 heads, which is just insane because he has so many facial expressions. I hate the bit when he goes, ah. I find that bit really scary. Okay, number 4. Does anybody know the answer for question 4? Now that Jack is dead, he can take off his head to do what? He says it in the song. He goes, now that I'm dead, I can take off my head to something like that. Does anybody know? This is quite tricky, actually. I've never really done a themed quiz before. They're normally quite random, so this is quite exciting. Hallie, is this your favourite movie? Wow, I'm impressed. It is to recite Shakespearean quotations. It must have taken forever to film. Yeah, I don't know how long it took, but it definitely must have taken a while. I think it took them like months to do like 10 seconds or something. Okay, and then the final one for this section, so number 5. Okay, what is the name of the evil scientist who actually is Sally's dad? Or Sally's creator, anyway. She's a bit like Frankenstein. What is the name of the evil scientist? Does anybody know? I feel like I'm at school. This is the closest I'm going to get to teaching kids anytime soon. You guys are my class. Does anybody know? It is, in fact, Dr. Finkelstein. Well done, everyone. Good job. So that is our answers for section 1, Nightmare Before Christmas. So what we're going to do now is we're going to move on to Hocus Pocus. So again, I'll copy and paste my little thing. Do not put your answers into the chat until I say so, just because it takes some people longer to think than others. And you might also put a different answer thinking it's right, and then it's actually not. So our first Hocus Pocus question. Also, I agree with you, Rod. Nightmare Before Christmas is one of the best films ever. Okay, so our first Hocus Pocus question. Remember, do not put your answers in the chat. Write them down until I say so. So, what is the name of Thackeray Binks's little sister? What is the name of Thackeray Binks's little sister? So this is the girl at the beginning of the movie who gets like a soul sucked. Is it just Halloween? Yes, it is called a Halloween quiz. I didn't want to do it last night because we weren't in lockdown then, and I was like, we'll do Halloween today because Halloween was only yesterday. So it's like Halloween movies, so Hocus Pocus, Descendants, Haunted Mansion, villains, quotes, and songs are to come. So number 7, what year is it in the opening scene of Hocus Pocus? This is a really tricky one. What year is it in the opening scene of Hocus Pocus? If you can guess the correct century, I'll give you that. Okay, moving on to number 8. Where is the movie set? If you're American, you might just know, but where is the movie set? Would you hate me if I told you I've never seen Hocus Pocus? Yes, Rod. What were you doing yesterday to have not watched it? Disgusting. One of my housemates yesterday had never seen Nightmare or Hocus Pocus, but she really enjoyed them. So. And she was one that carved Jack Skellington. She carved it before she even watched the film. Okay, number 9. What does Mary use to fly on when her broom gets stolen? This is quite towards the end. But something I always remember. I went on Insta, lol. Oh yeah, no, Mum, we're back to YouTube live streams. What does Mary use to fly on when her broom gets stolen? Also, Mum, not that you'll know the answers, you don't put the answers in the chat until the end. And number 10. What is the point of the spell that the witches are casting on the children? Oh, don't worry, you only missed 5 questions. You haven't missed a lot. You've only missed 5, so we'll be like, yeah, you've only missed 5. And all the questions should be above in the chat. What is the point of the spell that the witches are casting on the children? So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to read through all the questions again. Gives Becky some time to catch up too. So do not put your answers in the chat yet. Number 6. What is the name of Thackeray Binks's little sister? Number 7. What year is it in the opening scene of Hocus Pocus? Number 8. Where is the movie set? Number 9. What does Mary use to fly on when her broom gets stolen? And number 10, what is the point of the spell that the witches are casting on the children? Lauren says Hocus Pocus is amazing. My mum says she's just watching, not partaking. Jennifer's never seen Hocus Pocus. This has not gone well. You've never seen Hocus Pocus. Hocus Pocus. Yeah, that's what it's called. I was like, what? I can't believe this. This is shocking. Okay, right. What we're going to do now is you can pop your answers in the chat. So, number 6. What is the name of Thackeray Binks's little sister? People get this one wrong. I'm going to be so upset. Like, so upset. This one's really obvious. Does anybody know? Nobody knows. It's also the name of the corpse bride, if you need a little hint. And it's also the name of somebody else. Well done. It is, in fact, Emily. Thackeray Binks' little sister is called Emily Binks. And then they also have Emily's the corpse bride. So basically, I just die all the time. Okay, number 7. What year is it in the opening scene of Hocus Pocus? If you can just guess like the century, so like a hint, it's not the 3rd century, but say if you said 3rd century, you'd be correct. So if you can guess the century, I'll give it to you. If anyone guesses the actual year, like on it, I'll be very impressed. Oh, you're so close. 1993. You've got one number wrong. 1671. A good guess, but Lauren's got it right. It is in fact 1693. That is in the year in the opening scene of Hocus Pocus. It's 1693. But then when they do it again, I do believe it is 1993. Because they say it's been 300 years, right down to the day now the witch is back. Then there's Hector Bay. Anyway, okay, moving on to number 8. Where is the movie set? Does anybody know where the movie was set? I think it was filmed there as well, but I could be wrong. Because sometimes when they have things set somewhere, they don't actually film it where it's set. If that makes sense. So there you go. It is filmed in America. It is. Well done. It is Salem, Massachusetts. I think that's how you say it. Massachusetts. It's not like Massachusetts. It's like Massachusetts. I will take Salem. Okay, moving on to number 9. What does Mary use to fly on when her broom gets stolen? So Mary's broom, unfortunately, she's the one with the black hair. Unfortunately, gets stolen. And what does she fly on instead for them to escape? Does anybody know? You've been there on holiday. That's cool. Do they have loads of like Halloween stuff there? I don't know how true the story is. But they might do some things there. Isn't that where Hubie Halloween was set? I think most Halloween movies are set in Salem. It is, in fact, a Hoover or a vacuum cleaner. I'll take either. I would personally say Hoover, but it is, in fact, that. And then our final one for our Hocus Pocus section. What is the point of the spell that the witches are casting on the children? Like, why are they casting these spell on these poor children? Why do they keep sucking their souls out? What do they think they're going to accomplish? Why did I, Emily Binks, have to die? Does anybody know? It's quite a long one to type in, actually. Also, our next round is Descendants, which I'm so excited about because it's become a household favourite very quickly. Also, does anybody feel like this jumper makes me look like the bad guy from Monsters University because he's got like the neck? You went for Halloween and there weren't many decorations. That's shocking. It is so they can stay young. They want to steal their youth and keep the witches looking young. Well done, anybody. If you've got something along the lines of suck souls, stay young, that is correct. I did better on the film I haven't seen. I'm looking like that is quite impressive. That is quite impressive. Okay, right. So what we're going to do now is we're going to do the Descendants question. So do not put the answers in the chat until I say so. And when I say so, you can pop them in. Let me just put that in the chat as well, in case somebody's watching on mute. You actually got 2 right. I'm impressed that you guys have done so well, considering you haven't seen it. That's good. Okay, we're moving on to Descendants now. It's kind of a mixture of Descendants 1, 2, and 3 kind of thing. So here we go. Remember, do not put your answers in the chat until the end of this mini round. So number 11, what is the name of I think it's Carlos, not Carlos. Carlos's dog. Yeah. Is it Carlo? No, it's definitely Carlos. What is the name of Carlos's dog? I love Descendants too. I think it's great. Okay, moving on to number 12. Which actress plays Maleficent? So this is the actress which plays Maleficent in Descendants specifically. Not in the original one, not in the live action, in Descendants specifically. Looking at it now, actually, Alyssa, these questions are just from number 1. I don't know why I said they were from all 3. They're literally just from number 1. I thought the dog was in like the second one, but I think he's also in the first one. He just doesn't speak. Okay, number 13. What is the name of the school they go to? So when they go to the Isle, what is the school called? So the good school that like Ben is the like head boy of, I guess. Number 14. What does VK stand for? You can probably guess that one. That one's not too difficult. And then last up, we've got number 15. This one actually shocked me. When I saw the answer to this, I was like, that is not correct. And then I Googled it and it was. And I was like, oh my gosh, like, that's kind of crazy. So the final question is, who directed Descendants? And I will give you a hint. It is a director we all know very well. If you know, we're all in this together. He also directed this, which is shocking, but also not surprised. So there you go. There's your little hint. So I'll read over the questions. So number 11, what is the name of Carlos's dog? Number 12, which actress plays Maleficent? Also, when I say Maleficent, I do not mean Mal. I mean Maleficent. I mean Mal's mum. Actual Maleficent, the one that goes, so you wanna be evil? That one. Number 13, what's the name of the school they go to? Number 14, what does VK stand for? And number 15, who directed Descendants? Okay, hope I've given you enough time for that one. So you can now pop your answers in the chat. So number 11, what is the name of Carlos's dog? Does anybody know? The weird talking dog. I hate it when animals are CGI talking. Like, I'm just not a big fan. I'm not a big supporter. Does anybody know? This is quite a tricky one, to be fair. I feel like Descendants is quite like a niche thing. Not everyone's seen it. Well done. It is in fact Dude, and he is so cute. So number 11 is Dude. How comfy is your chair? Dad's ordering my desk today. My chair is comfy, Mum. It's just got black marks on it, so it's a bit of a nightmare. But the only thing is, like, it only supports you, like, you can't even see, like, a little bit, but it is really good. Okay, number 12. Which actress plays Maleficent? So not Mal, Maleficent. Mal's mum. Actual Maleficent. Does anybody know? Oh, that's the question. I need to put the answer in. Whoopsie. This is quite a tricky one. Most people don't really know they're like actors as much, but they might. Oh, I'm impressed. Your guys' knowledge is good. Yes, well done, everyone. This is impressive. This is impressive. Well done. I don't think many people are going to get this one right. Good job. Okay, number 13. What is the name of the school they go to? It's literally the name of the island and then another word after it. So it's not too hard. That was my concerns. I'm now old and need support. Yeah, Mum, I would just buy a normal chair. Don't try and buy a funky chair. Just buy one that's going to support your back. Does anyone know what is the name of the school? What's my name? What's my name? Say it louder. I love it. I think Descendants is really, really good. Well done. It is, in fact, Oridon Prep. Well done. You know they Googled it right. No, they didn't, Mum. They did it fair and square. Some people actually have knowledge of things, unlike some people. Mum. Okay, number 14. What does VK stand for? Does anybody know? I sat there in the movie for so long. I was like, what are they on about? And then I was like, oh, it kind of clicked, kind of thing. Also, interesting that Rod's gone quiet. He clearly does not know the answers. Hogwarts. Ugh. I need to watch Harry Potter. I told my housemates I'd watch it this month, and it's now November, so I guess it's Harry Potter time. Well done! You know your Descendants. It is, in fact, Villain Kids. VK stands for Villains Kids. You've never watched Descendants. It's really good. There's 3 movies. They're really, really good. Well done, everybody. Good job. Okay, and number 15. Who directed Descendants? I don't know if he directed all 3. He definitely directed the first one. He also directed Hocus Pocus. He directed High School Musical, and he directed Descendants. Does anybody know who it is? Rod says he knows some of these. Rod, are you a secret Descendants superfan? T. What's my name? What's my name? Say it louder. I just came from watching Descendants. There you go. There you go. It is, in fact, Kenny Ortega, I want to pronounce it. I was impressed. That man must be absolutely minted because he has filmed some amazing movies. Filmed, directed. Okay, right. We are moving on to our 4th mini topic section of the quiz. Okay, so, again, do not put your answers into the chat until I say so. You just write them down on a piece of paper and a pen, and then at the end we'll go back and we'll write our answers down. So now we're doing Haunted Mansion. So the first 2 questions are about the Haunted Mansion movie, and the final 3 questions are about the Haunted Mansion ride. So the first one is, question 16. What is the name of the butler in the movie The Haunted Mansion? Who I absolutely hate because I think he's a giant loser. Okay, number 17. What is Michael scared of? I think it's quite a valid fear, I'm not going to lie. I'll tell you a little story about that in a minute. Number 18, the disembodied head you see in the seance room is that of, oh, okay, so those two ones are about the movie. We're now moving on to the ride. The disembodied head that you see in the seance room is that of Leota Toombs. What was her normal day job? So this is the actress that plays Leota Toombs, not Leota Toombs herself. Number 19, what is the name of the Haunted Mansion ride vehicle? It's not just called a ride, can't have a special name, which they do say when you sit down, if you're listening carefully. And then the final one is number 20. It says, oh, I've spelled that wrong. Let me correct that. I did this in the library today. I'm not really sure if you're supposed to go to the library to write live stream quizzes, but I did do that. Number 20, the organ in the Haunted Mansion at Disneyland was originally in a movie before moving to the ride. But which movie? I think this is the hardest question on the quiz, so obviously I had to put it in. So I will reread the questions for you, so you got some time to think. What is the name of the butler in the movie The Haunted Mansion? What is Michael, the son, in The Haunted Mansion? What is he scared of? He has one fear, which is very prevalent around the whole film. The disembodied head you see in the seance room is that of Leota Toombs. What was her normal day job? So the actress or the person who plays Leota Toombs, her face is the resemblance and her voice. What was her day job? Number 19, what is the name of the Haunted Mansion ride vehicle? And number 20, the organ in the Haunted Mansion at Disneyland was originally in a movie before moving to the ride. But which movie? Also, Ethan, how have you not got around to riding Haunted Mansion? That is just a must do. Everyone does it. Like, my brother hates it, literally cries, and we still do it every time. That's mad. You do need to get Disney Plus. Disney Plus is elite. I absolutely love it. Not sponsored, but should be. Like, I worked out, so obviously, like, Disney Plus was like £60 for the year, so we just bought it outright. I had spent like £60 to like make the pass worth it by about 10 o'clock with Disney Plus coming out on the day of release. So it's really good. Okay, so question number 1, you can now pop your answers into the chat. It's actually question 16, ignore me. So the answer to question 16, does anybody know? What is the name of the butler in the movie The Haunted Mansion? He has a name, and he's evil. Grr. I actually watched this like 2 days ago, so these are all really fresh in my mind. I feel like I watched all the good ones. Does anyone know? Hi, sorry I'm late. No need to apologise. I hope you had a good day at work. It is, in fact, Ramsley. Good job. Well done, everybody. Okay, next one, number 17. What is Michael scared of? Does anybody know? He has one fear throughout the whole movie. And luckily, when he faces his fear, he does kind of save the day a little bit. So it just shows that you should face your fears. The thing is funny. Fears are really funny because obviously something has to happen for you to have the fear. Like, my cousin has this book and he knows there's a scary page where a line's going to pop out at him. So now he won't read the book anymore because it makes him cry. But yeah, that's just really random. It is, in fact, spiders. Baby Yoda is mega cute. He is. That was random, but I do agree. So, fun fact about spiders, we had a giant spider in our lounge the other day and I'm like terrified of them. And I picked him up and I popped him outside. So I'm proud of myself. But it is, in fact, spiders. I might do a Mandalorian quiz soon. Number 18, does anybody know the answer? So, the disembodied head that you see in the seance room is that of Leota Toombs. What was her normal day job? So, the lady who plays Leota Toombs, who the face was modelled of, or her voice was used, what was her actual day job? Why was she chosen? Does anybody know? How did she know Walter Elias Disney? This is quite a tricky one, actually. But if you've seen the Imagineering story, you should know. She wasn't a she could have been a seamstress, possibly. She wasn't an actor. Well done, Alyssa. She was, in fact, an Imagineer. She worked on lots of things, but they just was like, do you want to be Leo's team? She was like, okay, sick one. That's basically how it went. Good job on getting rid of the spider as well. Okay, number 19. What is the name of the Haunted Mansion ride vehicle? Remember, they lower the bar for you because it's so creepy. Does anybody know? There's such a lag between when I speak and when you guys hear it. So if like these 10 seconds is really awkward because I'm just like sat here like do 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 do. But it's because of the lag. There's a 10-second lag, so there you go. More you know. I love the Imagineering story too. I hope they do a season 2. Like, I would watch like 20 episodes per ride, so I really hope they do a season 2. It is, in fact, a Dune buggy. Well done, everybody. And then our final question. If anyone gets this, I'll be very impressed because I didn't know this until yesterday. So, the more you know. The organ in the Haunted Mansion at Disneyland was originally in a movie before moving to the ride. But which movie was it in? Can anybody guess? Give it a guess. You never know. You might be right. You never know. Think about organs. Where do we see organs in films? Not necessarily a spooky movie, but some things, organs are associated with other things. Does anybody know? I don't think anyone will. I'm going to have a chocolate button whilst we do this because sis deserves a treat. But I didn't cry today, so I treat myself when I didn't cry. I'm going to fuck it as well, so it takes more time. I'd like everybody to make a guess. The Play Disney Parks trivia. What's that, Rod? Send me info about that. I want to do that. Do you have to be at Disney to do it? What's my name? What's my name? Okay, what guesses we got? 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea, Mary Poppins, Peter Pan. They are very good guesses, but it is in fact 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea. Fun fact. I didn't know that. The more you know. Okay. This chair's so different to the one I sit in at home. I normally sit in my bed. It's an app. Oh, do you reckon you maybe have to be in America to use it? Because I want to do that. That sounds fun. Okay, right. So our next mini topic is villains. There's going to be 5 questions about our little villainy dudes and gals. I'm going to sit like this because I can. You can just download the app and play a bunch of trivia. I'm literally going to do that after this so I can be the best quiz host ever. Okay, so moving into villains. So do not put your answers in the chat. You just have to do it at the end when I say so. So first up, we've got question 21. I think Play Disney Parks is going to get me through this second lockdown. I'm not going to lie. The thing is, just before we start, like, so obviously the UK is going into the second lockdown and everyone's really worried and stressed out. And I am a bit, but I have so much uni work. I don't have time to be going out. So this is like a blessing in disguise for me, really, because they're like taking my distractions away from me. The only bit I'm really upset about is like Christmas is going to be crap, but we're going to make do. We're going to stay positive and we're going to have weekly live stream quizzes. At the end of this quiz, I'll ask you guys a question about the next live stream. But let's get on with this because that was a bit of like a little sidetrack. So also it's so nice to be back on live stream. I just like miss talking to you guys. Okay, anyway, swiftly moving forward. Do not put your answers in the chat. What is number 21? What is the signature color of Disney villains? So this isn't necessarily the color the character is, but every Disney villain, I think everyone, has a moment where this color appears with them in a scene, maybe in what they're wearing and what they're doing, that kind of thing. And the color's always there. And what is that color? Number 22. What name does Ursula go by when she's pretending to be human? To become a human yourself. I love her. She's just such a queen. Like, best Disney villain. And yet she loses the polls. I've got to make the Walt Disney World ride poll, actually. I need to do that tomorrow. It's going to take me hours because there's so many bloody rides. And everyone was like, do Magic Kingdom first. I was like, I don't have time for that. So I think I'm just going to do Hollywood Studios first because it's got the least amount of rides. But don't tell anyone. Okay. Number 23. What eye is Scar's scar on? Is it on the left or is it on the right? Tricky one. 50-50 chance on that one. So I expect a lot of people get that right. Okay, next up, number 24. Who was the first male villain in a princess movie? I can't believe it took this many princess movies to have a male villain. But when you think about it, we had a lot of female villains to begin with. So who was the first male in a Disney... Who was the first male villain in a princess movie? And then our final number 25, which is the final one for this villain section. Okay, this one's quite tricky. This actually might be the hardest one. Which Disney villain was inspired by and modelled off of Baron Samedi? I think that's how you pronounce it. So I will reread them to give you some time, and then we'll go over the answers. So number 21, what is the signature colour of Disney villains? Number 22, what name does Ursula go by when she's pretending to be human? Number 23, which eye is Scar's scar on? Number 24, Who was the first male villain in a princess movie? And number 25, which Disney villain was inspired and modelled off of Baron Samedi? Okay, so it is time to put your answers in the chat. So, number 21, if you know it, speak now or forever hold your peace. What is the signature colour of Disney villains? So they all have this certain colour, which happens to be in the movies. Sorry, I'm just reading something. Oh, we got purple, green, green, purple, green, purple. You are undecided. It is in fact lime green. So lime green is in a lot of the things. For example, there's a moment with Scar and there's green, Maleficent and there's green, just from the top of my head. I think some more now. Long story short, there's just a lot of green. It's just a lot of lime green. But yeah, number 22. What name does Ursula go by when she's pretending to be a human? So she's no longer Ursula. She takes a human form and she gives herself a new name. Because why not? Treat yourself and all that. What is her human name? And also, for the record, I don't like this other one. I just like Ursula. I don't really like her in a human form. I think she's a bit nasty. Just like a bit rude. It is, in fact, Vanessa. Well done, everybody. Good job. Okay. Number 23. Which eye is Scar's scar on? Is it on his left eye or is it on his right eye? Does anybody know? 50-50 chance. If you don't guess, you will fail. If that wasn't obvious. These are so good. I've ate like 1,000 packets of these. I have no intention of stopping anytime soon. Okay. Let me read out what we've got. His left, our right, left, 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 right, left. The answer is in fact, it is in fact left. Good guessing, everybody. Good guess. Okay, number 24. Who was the first male villain in a princess movie? Who was the first male villain in a princess movie? Does anybody know? Because I do not. Does anyone know the first male villain in a princess movie? Got Gaston, 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 Gaston. It is in fact Gaston. I absolutely love Gaston. I think he's such a little legend. I think Jafar was the next one. Dr. Facilier scene kind of followed, but it was Gaston. Okay, and our final question for the villains section. So, which Disney villain was inspired by and modelled off of Baron Samedi? So I believe Baron is a male, so it's a male villain who was modelled off Baron Samedi. I have absolutely no idea who Baron Samedi is, but they modelled blah 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 from him. The Beast, a bit of a guess. Oh, good guess, but no. What other guesses do we have in the chat? Jafar, another good guess, but no. Do we have any others? I'm not really sure how long the lag is, so I'm like trying to give time. Governor Ratcliffe, another good guess, but no. I have seen 2 Dr. Faciliers, very interesting. And I can confirm it is Dr. Facilier. They modelled Dr. Facilier off him. I have no idea who he is, but there you go. Okay, so what we're going to do is we've got our 2 final rounds. We've got quotes, who said it, and then songs, who sang it. So again, do not put your answers in the chat until I say so. You need to write them down, paper, pen, on whatever, as long as it's not the wall. Okay. Number 26. So what with this next round is who said it. So I'm going to say a quote, and then you've got to write down which Disney villain said it. So it's Disney villain who said it. So the first quote is, "Well, forgive me for not leaping for joy, bad back, you know." Which Disney villain do you think said that? Well, forgive me for not leaping for joy. Bad back, you know. I've put the comma in the wrong place. Ignore my awful grammar. I do apologise. Okay, next one we have got number 27. So it is, I warn you, child, if I lose my temper, you'll lose your head. Understand? Oi, I'm joining the quiz halfway through. Hope I win. Do not write your answers in the chat. Otherwise you will not win. Shrek. Oh, here we go. Thanks, Nick. Number 28. So the next quote, dear, this whole romance you've invented just proves you're too naive to be here. Oh my gosh, I did that so wrong. Dear, this whole romance that you've invented just proves you're too naive to be here. Why would he like you? That's literally what I say to myself every day in the mirror. Moving on to number 29. It is, I've never liked your spinach puffs. Very random. And our final one is number 30. Let me put some quotation marks on this. Let's at least have them all consistent. Our final one. Death is the only adventure you have left. Okay, so you've got to guess the villain that said it. So I'll reread them again for you so you just get a chance to spend a bit longer on your answers. So number 26. Well, forgive me for not leaping for joy. Bad back, you know. Number 27. I warn you, child, if I lose my temper, you'll lose your head. Understand? Number 28. Dear, this whole romance that you've invented just proves you're too naive to be here. Why would he like you? Number 29. I've never liked your spinach puffs. And number 30. Death is the only adventure you have left. Okay, we seem like we don't know any. So let's have a think. Number 27 is so obvious. You'll lose your head. Off with her head. I think we can all get that one. I think we can club together, have a little think, and think we can get that one. Okay, let's go through the answers. So number 26. Which Disney villain says, you can write your answers in the chat now. Which Disney villain says, wow, forgive me for not leaping for joy. Bad back, you know. Does anybody know? Forgive me for not leaping for joy. Bad back, you know. My spelling was wrong in this one as well. I do apologise. Well done, Lauren. It is, in fact, Scar. Scar does say that one. I guess because he's so skinny, because he has an 8, because he's not in the Pride Lands. He's been kicked out. He's got a bad back. Okay, number 27. So I think we can all get this one. I warn you, child, if I lose my temper, you'll lose your head. Sorry. Understand. I warn you, child, if I lose my temper, you'll lose your head. Understand. This one's easy. Apparently I seem to be burping now. This one I do think is really, really easy. Which villain goes off with her head? It is, in fact, the Queen of Hearts. Well done, everybody. Good job. Okay, number 28. I'll read the quote again. Make sure you pop your answer in the chat. Dear, this whole romance that you've invented just proves you're too naive to be here. Why would he like you? It's a bit nasty, I'm not gonna lie. That's a bit rude. If my mum said that to me, I would be a bit upset. So it's a bit rude. So, dear, this whole romance that you've invented just proves you're too naive to be here. Why would he like you? That is savage. That is actually savage. I'm not even gonna lie. That is really savage. It is, in fact, Mother Gothel. Well done. Okay, number 29. This one is so random, but I was like, you know what? We just need this in the quiz because it's just so random. So the quote is, I've never liked your spinach puffs. Does anyone know who says this? It's quite the people say it's the most underrated Disney movie. Well, does anybody know? Because I'm not. You don't know? Wow. Well done, Alyssa. Yeah, Rod, it is so evil, isn't it? It's just a bit rude. Well done, everybody. I don't know how everyone pronounces this. Yzma or Yasma, but it is her. And the final one is number 30. Carol Baskin, she doesn't like spinach. Number 30, the final quote. Death is the only adventure you have left. Who said that one? Then after this, we've got 5 questions left, and then we come to the end. I've managed to not make this take hours for once, so I'm impressed. No one is allowed to talk trash about Crunk spinach puffs. Yeah, say that louder for people in the back. Final quote is, death is the only adventure you have left. I'm not gonna lie, some of these villains are actually so mean. Like, they are really harsh. Oh, we've got a split between Hades and Captain Hook. I can confirm the correct answer is... I'll wait for it to go in the chat. It is, in fact, Captain Hook. Okay, we are on our final 5 now. Our final 5 question runos. Okay. I'm going to be interested to see who's done the best. So again, do not put your answers in the chat until I say so. So what we're going to do now is songs. Who sung the song? So I have a song title, or like what the song's called, and you have to guess who sings that song. The first one is so easy. The first one is Friends on the Other Side. Which Disney villain sings Friends on the Other Side? Moving swiftly on to 32. Probably the hardest one, I'm not going to lie. Who sings Mine, Mine, Mine? And it is not the seagulls from Finding Nemo. However, they do say that, but that is not what I'm on about right now. Okay, next up we have got number 33. Who sings the song Remember Me? Remember me, though I have to say goodbye. Remember me, don't let it make you cry. For even if I'm far away, I hold you in my heart. Okay, number 34. Who sings Trust in Me? My dad sings this all the time. I don't know why. It's so random. And then our final one is number 35. The World's Greatest Criminal Mind. So what I've just popped in the chat is 5 different names of songs, and you have to say the villain who sang it. The villain. So number 31, Friends on the Other Side. Number 32, Mine, Mine, Mine. Number 33, Remember Me. Number 34, Trust in Me. And number 35, The World's Greatest Criminal Mind. Okay. Let's go through the answers. So 31, the song was Friends on the Other Side. Who sings Friends on the Other Side? Because I got friends on the other side. He's got friends on the other side. The cars will tell the past, the present, and the future as well. The cars, just take 3. Take a little trip into your future, you'll meet the new young men are from across the sea. Comes from 2 long lines of royalty. It is, in fact, Dr. Facilia. Well done, everybody. I'm so glad we got that one right. Okay, 32. This one's quite tricky. Who sings the song Mine, Mine, Mine? Does anybody know? Be prepared for the thrill of a lifetime. Be prepared for matriculous. This is completely unrelated. I just felt like to sing it because I can guarantee that Rod's number 1 favorite villain song is probably Be Prepared. Hello, Everything Trash. It is, in fact, Governor Ratcliffe. Good job. It is Ratcliffe who sings that. Okay, number 33 was the kid from Lazy Town sang it. Oh my gosh. You're showing you're British right now. Number 33, who sings Remember Me? The villain, not the good guy, the villain. Remember me, though I have to say goodbye. Remember me, don't let it make you cry. For even if I'm far away, I hold you in my heart. I'll sing a secret song to you each night we are apart. Remember me. Rod, do you remember when you tried to teach me Spanish and it didn't go very well? Because I do remember that. Hellfire is your favourite, buddy. It is, in fact, Ernesto de la Cruz. Okay, next up, number 34. Who sang the song Trust in me. My dad literally sings it all the time. So random. Trust in me. Isn't there another song that says that? And you will be in a world of your imagination. Is that from Charlie and the Chocolate Factory? Might be. Who sings the song Trust in Me? Does anybody know? Could anyone else do this? I taught myself how to do it. It is Kaa, or the snake from the Jungle Book. And then our final one for the quiz today, number 35. Who sang the song World's Greatest Criminal Mind? This one's actually a British film. Fun fact, it's actually a British movie. Not all the British ones are good, I will say that. Most are, Peter Pan, Mary Poppins, but not all are good. Ratigan is not the most underrated villain. Ratigan literally sucks, but thank you for taking the time to comment your comment. It is, in fact, Ratigan. Well done, everybody. Okay, so let me know in the chat how many you got right out of 35, and then the winner gets a special prize. So be sure to count up your scores now. Stormzy. Oh my gosh, I love Man's Not Hot. And a poo 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 poo. I don't think he does. I don't think Stormzy does Man's Not Hot though. In the song, they say they drowned orphans. He's pretty evil and underrated. Yeah, he's just nasty. He just draws the line. If you were one Disney character, who would you be? Olaf, because he looks like he's always having fun. He's also incredibly smart. Don't know about that. Tries to actually burn down and murder a whole city because a girl didn't fancy him. Bit of a big yikes from me. Okay, what did you guys get out of 35? Let's have a look at what you got. So, Hallie got 25.5. Descendants got me. Dang. Have to watch your Descendants movies. A got 29. Very good. The current champ. Ethan got 13. Very good. 27 out of 35. Very good. 20. Need to watch Halloween films. Oh, you did so well. Only 17, but it was a lot of fun. I need to brush up on my Halloween knowledge. Don't worry, though. You have until next year. Nick apparently got 35, even though he joined at the end. Lauren got 33. Can anybody top Lauren's 33? If not, Lauren shall win. Also, whilst you guys still count up your scores, what future themes or topics would you like to see in a quiz? Rod got 28. You got 7 wrong. Oh, that is unlike you, Rod. I think Lauren's going to win. Wow. Lauren normally wins, but sometimes we have a different winner like Lily, so we're spicing it up. But yeah, if there's any future themes or topics you would like to see in the quiz, let us know. You finally beat Rod. Oh my gosh, has it taken all this time? Let me know what topics and themes you want to see, because I will be hosting one of these every single Sunday. I'm only going to stick to like the 35 questions so it doesn't take too long, because I used to do quizzes and they'd be long for like 4 hours and it was like, oh. So we're just going to aim for 30 questions each time. But if there's any themes you want to see, let me know and I will pop them in. Pixar, Star Wars, Marvel, or theme park, I'll pop them in. We did a Star Wars one and it was quite popular actually. Star Wars, Marvel, theme park. The only thing with Marvel is nobody seems to care about Marvel. So I tend to avoid Marvel stuff because I don't know a lot about it and it's hard to be a quiz host, something you don't know things about. Have I done a Marvel one? Maybe I did a Marvel section. Can't remember. Star Wars, yeah. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to try and make my quizzes match up with my poll. So like, obviously my next bracket theme is Disney rides, so I'll probably do a Disney World thing next. Disney sequels, that is a good one. I have seen the Kevin the Carrot advert. Okay. Walt Disney World, I've worked out I want to win a quiz. Cool, I'll pop in a Walt Disney World one. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Okay, as it is 9 o'clock and I have to get up at stupid o'clock tomorrow because uni's actually hard work. If anyone, what was I trying to say? I'm just still reading the chat. Death Grips quiz, or if not Star Wars. Let's do really random films like Basil and the Black Cauldron. No one would come. No one would come. I love Marvel. I'm obsessed. Me too. I do. Okay. Marvel is good. It's just not as good as Star Wars. That's my opinion anyway. Right. I'm going to hop off the live stream. Disneyland Paris quiz. Okay, I'll make a note for that. If you think of any other quiz topics that you want to see, send me a DM on Instagram and I will definitely consider doing them at some point. Thank you all so much for coming on to my Halloween quiz today. It was so much fun. I hope you guys had a good time. And I've taken up some time out of your about to be second lockdown. I hope you all have a super magical day. Rod, I'm not going to do a brave little toaster quiz. And I will see you guys for the next one. Oh, if you haven't this already, be sure to check out. I just uploaded a video of me and Danielle ranking every single ride on Hollywood Studios. It's quite intense. You'll be surprised as to what my number one is, I think. So, hope you all have a magical day. And as always, I'll see you guys real soon. Bye.